you and praise you for this beautiful day. It's a day where no tears are falling. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Take your covers off, please. You want to do that?
Yep. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Okay, cool. All right, now we'll have the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Awesome. Good job. Who give us a good perspective on the Chair of Honor and what it stands for to all. The Chair of Honor has been several years in the making for our chapter. First we had COVID, and we would set us back. We were ready to do this 4 years ago, might even be 5 by now. But so as we finally were able to get out, the state opened up, we picked this location, Home of the Brave. We did the cement, poured the cement for the chair. We mounted the chair, we thought we were on Easy Street. Then the plaque never showed up. It showed up yesterday evening. We should have had it over a month ago. We actually had to get another local manufacturer to make it for us, and he bailed us out. We picked this location for the Chair of the Honor because of what they do for our veterans and what they stand for. Many know Home of the Brave as a place for our veterans so they're not homeless. Besides working to reduce homelessness among our veterans, they assist with employment counseling, access to health care. They even help our veterans successfully transfer to permanent housing. All this made Home of the Brave the perfect location for the Chair of Honor. And we thank you, everyone at Home of the Brave, for allowing us to put the chair here. And if you look at the grounds, every time we came here to work on this Chair of Honor, they were cleaning the yard, cutting the grass, cleaning up the flower beds. They did a lot of work, so I'd like to give them a hand of appreciation for that. All right, our keynote speaker is Colonel Jean Thornton. And I'll give you a little bit about her before she gets up to speak. So she joined the Army during the Vietnam War. But she never served in Southeast Asia because the conflict ended while she was in basic training. However, she remembers well how the soldiers were treated at the Fort Riley, Kansas, home of the 1st Infantry Division, her first assignment. Later, she commanded the Oakland Army Air Base transition point, discharging soldiers from the West Coast and Asia. There, protesters and tear gas were a normal daily occurrence at her workplace. In better times, Colonel served in Germany, Asia, New York, Washington State, the Pentagon several times, and Iraq. She earned the Bronze Star and the Legion of Merit during her 27 years of active duty service. So now I'd like to introduce you to Colonel Thornton.
This year marks a milestone for veterans because it's the 50th anniversary of the 1973 Paris Peace Accords, which brought hundreds of POWs home and marked the beginning of the end of the conflict in Southeast Asia. And times were rough for people in the military back then, and not only for people who were in the war zone, but for the people who were back here at home. It was not unusual to be spit on and called a baby killer if you were just walking around, whether you were in uniform or not. And some of you remember that very well. At that time, because of that, we weren't even allowed, the Army would not allow us to wear our uniforms off post. You see people wear their uniforms off post now, but after dinner, everything, but we were not allowed to do it because of crowds could gather and it could get ugly. But soon, the American sentiment changed about the military service, and people began to realize that we should be honoring the people who had been left overseas, the POWs and the MIAs who never came home. So your organization is one of the ones that's responsible for turning that around in the American viewpoint. Vietnam veteran Ray Manzo organized the first Run to the Wall event, which later became known as Rolling Thunder. And that was on Memorial Day in 1988. And then Ray was a former United States Marine Corps corporal. And then he and Army First Sergeant John Holland and Marine First Sergeant Walt Side and Sergeant Ted Sampley, those are the four men who are credited with starting the Rolling Thunder before it was incorporated. That was in 1995 when it was incorporated. And soon thereafter, the Rolling Thunder began the National POW MIA Chair of Honor program, which supports Rolling Thunder's main mission of demanding accountability from our government and bringing daily reminders to the people of our nation the issue of POW and MIA in towns big and small all across this great nation of ours. Today, POW MIA chairs of honor can be found in public spaces ranging from professional sports stadiums to small town city halls to the Kent County Administrative Complex building where I work, and to the Delaware Veterans Home, and now to the Home of the Brave. The POW MIA Chair of Honor, no matter where it's located, is to remain perpetually empty, to help people remember that even though no one is going to sit there, there is still a space for them in that chair and in our hearts. Let this empty chair serve as a memorial to those who served in the military of our great nation but have not returned home to us. This one empty chair is a simple but powerful reminder that there are still prisoners of war and missing in action. America, though, will be forever grateful for the bravery and sacrifices that have been made. And thanks to Rolling Thunder and their Chairs of Honor program, we will never forget. So thank you all for what you do.
All right, now if you direct your attention to the chair we were unveiled, we'll have the Colonel and Darryl Olden. He was trying to escape me, but I trapped him.
I'm not going nowhere, man.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So while they're walking up, I'll read what the plaque says. This unoccupied chair is in honor of those that are still prisoners of war, POW, or missing in action, MIA, and symbolizes there will always be a place in Home of the Brave Foundation awaiting a return you are not forgotten. Unveil. And this empty chair would serve as an instant reminder of all those sacrifices made for our country by the still missing U.S. service personnel who have for too long been forgotten by all but their immediate family and close friends. America's veterans are the purchasers of peace, and every veteran has earned the right, an absolute right, to come home.